Hi guys, and welcome back to the shed. So today's video is going to be, can we get the Mighty Rhino back on the road? So all the second-hand parts have turned up and we'll crack on with that in a minute. I just want to say thanks for all the questions and comments in the last video. Didn't expect it to do as well as it did, considering we didn't have any footage, but thank you for that. And just to answer a few questions, we still are unsure why the wheel came off. So yeah, just don't know whether it's age, fatigue, etc. Not sure why it happened and why the wheel fell off, but you know, we're going to get on and repair it. So let's have a look at what we've got to do today. Okay, so I've already laid some tools out ready. I've read the BMW manual and I think it's the climber manual because they do differ in torque values, and I've been told that the climber's the better one to follow. So we've got a second-hand power lever bevel box to go on. All the bearings feel good, but we won't know until we bolt it down and see if there's any lateral movement. We've got a whole new rear wheel. I say new, brand new second-hand, in very good conditions. Also got a very virtually brand new tyre on it as well, so bargain. And we've got a new brake caliper. So I have gone through this brake caliper, cleaned it and ensured that's all good. I'll pop a bit of video in at some point and show you that. So yeah, got all the tools laid out. The bike is ready. I've actually strapped the bike to the shed just because I'll be applying a lot of pressure with the wheel off and I don't want the bike to fall on me. But yeah, this is it today. So get this power lever bevel box off, brake caliper, new rear wheel. So it's just nuts and bolts. It's nothing spectacular really. These power lever mounting bolts, they could have Loctite on, so they've got to be heated up to be removed. But aside from that, it's just undoing nuts and bolts and retorquing things, fitting new parts. So yeah, nothing exciting, but I'll take you along for the ride anyway. Right, you join me on the floor. So the first job is to get this rear wheel off. I only left 2 bolts in it. I've got all my tools here in front of me, so hopefully I won't have to get up and get anything, but we'll find out in a second. So yeah, first job is, oh, I did them up a bit too tight. Let's get this rear wheel off. Okay, so now we've got the rear wheel out the way, we'll get this guard off because it's got to go on the new one anyway. Right, so now we've got that clear, that's off. I'll pull the boot back. So we have a, what size is that? 12mm Allen this side. I've also got it on a socket, just in case I need a bar. And this side is a 30mm, or should be a 30mm, and it certainly is. So what we need to do is heat these up to loosen these off, just in case they've got Loctite. These are aluminium cases, and they have a very fine thread, so if you don't heat them up, then you could actually strip these threads, and then you're in a world of pain because you need obviously a new swinging arm. But before we do that, we'll loosen off this bottom arm. It should only be 43 newtons, this one. Yeah, that's moving. So we don't want to remove the bolt yet because that's the only thing holding this in. But we'll get ready to remove it. Okie dokie, that's that off. Okay, it's going to get a bit noisy now. Oh, that was easy, wasn't it? I was expecting that to be a right pain in the butt. Right, let's do the other side. did have it on good authority that the previous owner actually never put any Loctite back on these, because some people recommend you do, some people recommend you don't, and it's hard what to believe. So, oh, that's it. Again, a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. There's one out. That's the other one out. God, I can smell the grease come out of there. And that should just pull off the shaft. Now, I've not seen one locked up like that before. Okay, that's a little bit weird. Oh, there you go, she's off. Right, so old unit off. You'll see I struggled a bit. I think it's just the old grease up in the shaft that was holding it back. So I've cleaned all that out. Cleaned all the threads, cleaned all these mounting bolts up, or pins. That's ready to go. We've got the brand new second-hand one here that we're about to put on. First off, we need to apply some moly grease to certain bits and pieces. So obviously right, bit of grease on the splines. I think that's what made the other one stick. And then we're going to have trouble now aligning the two shafts and pushing it in, but this will be fun. Once you get it in, there you go. Don't know what all the fuss was about. Two. Let's get this bottom steady bar on. Hold it up. Ooh, and we can relax a bit. Okay, so the manual does say Loctite. The BMW manual also says 150, 160 newtons. The other manual says 150, so I'm going to go 150. Everyone says not to believe the other manual. Doesn't need a lot. A little bit of Loctite. Okay. That's it. I'll just give that another pull, just on the safe side. Yeah, perfect. It's nice to always put a reference mark on there so you can see. Okay, now the other side, BMW manual says 7 newtons. The climber manual says 10 newtons. And then the outer bolt, 160 in the BMW, 105 in the Climber. But like I say, once we get it all bolted back together and get the wheel on, we can then find out if we've got any lateral movement. A bit of Loctite on that. Spin that on. And this one, again, one of them says 150, one says 105. I'm going to go with 150. Perfect. Perfect. Right, let's mark this one as well. That's it. Quite feels really solid. No lateral movement, but like I say, until we get everything on, who knows. Okay, so got the rear wheel on. I've also gone ahead and put cable ties on. We're not paying £4 for a BMW cable tie, thank you very much, when you have to just use two normal ones because the long ones are too fat. So I've already had a good play. There is absolutely no lateral movement, no play whatsoever in the drive unit at all, so we'll call that job's a good one. All I've got left to do here is get some gear oil. I've got some 80/90, which is what this takes, but this one I've got is a GL4. This needs GL5. The only difference is it stops it from throttling because this is high speed. So what we're going to do next is we're going to get on with the caliper. I'll probably bolt the new second-hand caliper on here and then take the hose off and proceed to bleed. So that's the next job. So yeah, pretty happy with that. I've never done one of these before. Obviously followed two different manuals, but yeah, it's all worked out well. Obviously I've got the markings for the paint either side so I can keep an eye on it while I test ride it, and I'll be doing the same when I finally torque up the rear wheel. So yeah, all good. Okay, let's move on to removing the old caliper. So what I'm going to do first is clamp the hose, try and stop as much fluid leaking as I can. Actually, I'll go higher up the pipe, give me more flexibility. So that's that clamped, and would have helped if I brought the tool. Hang on a second. So as you can see, caliper's on. We'll get this old hose off. This wants to be tight, but not super duper. Just tight enough to crush those washers. Okay, so we've got that on. Next we're going to move on to bleeding the brake. Where is the rear reservoir on this one? Yeah, that's a good point. I've got no idea. I suppose maybe it comes from the front. I'll have to find that, and then we'll crack on with the bleeding. Okay, so I found the fluid reservoir cap, and look at that. So let's do a little test. This is what water content. So obviously brake fluid's hydroscopic, yeah. So you can see, yeah, that's not good. That's got over 4% of water in it. So dry that off. This is a little cap of brand new .4. It's still contaminated. Less than 1%, so that's okay to use. Goes between 1% and 0. Yeah, there you go, 0. 1%. But obviously this one is off the radar. Do not use. So we'll pull all that through. Okay, so we're all set up. We've got one of these cheaper nasty bleed kits. I didn't buy it for this job. I bought it years ago for something else, but I wouldn't recommend them but it does do the job. So we're going to pour as much fluid through as we can. I've got some brand new dot 4 there, so let's see if we can get a vacuum on this cheap thing. If not, I'll do it manually. Oh, look at the state of that stuff. So normally you'd pull it through about now and then lock it off, jobs are good. But obviously we've got some real just going to keep pulling the fluid through until I release the vacuum. Okay, that's that locked off. I almost forgot that the brake pedal is still cable tied up. Oh, that feels instantly good. Perfect. Hardly any movement. Filled it up with fluid. And I think I'm happy with that. Right, second to last job. Get these wheel nuts torqued up. So we're going to do them in 2 parts. 72 newtons, first pass, equal. And then up to 105. Brand new bolts, no copper slip, no Loctite, no grease, no nothing. As BMW wanted it. That's a good point actually, I got over the wheel. Three. Okay, now up to the 105. Start with the top one. One. Two. Three. Last one. Good job I can count. That's it. And for good measure, we'll also mark them so we can check them after a certain amount of time. That's it, fully marked up. So, gonna go around the bike shop, get the right oil, because like I said earlier, I haven't got any, and then we should be able to take it out on the road, give it a good test ride. Right, okay, so we've got the correct oil. That's all topped up. I've put Phil's rear, what do you call that, mud flap? I don't know, whatever it's called. So yeah, we're all buttoned up. I'm going to put some more appropriate footwear on and a bike jacket, and we'll take it out. Okay, so you join me on the Mighty Rhino. She's running. Yeah. Can't be done, sorry Phil. It has got a nice sound to it. All seems to be riding okay. Right, so nice and quiet. Well, for a BMW, they do shake, rattle and roll a little bit, but everything sounds quiet, can't hear no untoward noises. I'm going to try the rear brake while there's nothing behind me, so bear with. Yep, she skids. Did you hear that? No ABS, try that again. Careful, listen. Yep, she skids. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Well, I've got to say, she rides as well as a Rhino should ride. No rattles, no knocks, no bangs. Well, not that are not normally there. But yeah, absolutely rides perfectly. I'm happy with it. I've sent it down the motorway. Rear brake's working lovely. I think the only thing to do is to conclude the video with a bit of a brap through the tunnel. It'd be rude not to, wouldn't it? So on that note, I'll catch you in the next one.